Good morning and thank you for joining with me today. We've all heard the phrase, love makes the world go round. And we know how important it is to love and to be loved. We may make jokes about it now and again, but we do know we need one another. You may have heard of the young fellow who had just got married and come back from his honeymoon and he got a call from the insurance block. And the insurance man said, now you're married, I'm sure you'll want to take out more insurance on yourself. And the young fellow says, I don't think I need any more. I don't think she's that dangerous. Or the fellow who asked his mum, if daddy should die, do you think there's another man in the world just like him? And his mother said, maybe there is, son, and it would just be my luck to get him. Humour has always been a way of releasing tension in relationships. And the reason we do this is perhaps because we know just how important it is to love and to be loved. The great Apostle Paul talks about love, and in fact in his letter to the Corinthians he says there are three things that remain. These three things are faith, hope and love. But then he says the greatest of these is love. And love in fact has been the dynamic that has kept the church alive and moving forward through the years. John Donne was right when he said, no man is an island. We are not isolated ships on a desolate sea. We're a fellowship. And love is important, an important thing in our life. There's an old story about the wife of one of Cyrus's generals who was charged with betraying the king. And she was called before Cyrus. And the trial happened and she was sentenced to death. Now, her husband didn't find out what was happening until the trial was over. And he rushed to see the scene as quickly as possible. And when he heard the sentence condemning his wife to death, he threw himself before the king and he begged, take my life instead of hers. Let me die in her place. And Cyrus was so touched by this, he said, love like this must not be spoiled by death. And he gave them back to each other and gave the wife her freedom. Now as they walked away happy and relieved, the husband said, did you notice how kindly the king looked upon us when he gave you that pardon? His wife answered, I had no eyes for the king. I only saw the man who was willing to die for me. As Christians, we believe that on the cross of Calvary, we saw the man who was willing to die for us. And if we realise that, in response to that love, we can no longer live our lives in concern simply for ourselves. William Booth was the founder of the Salvation Army, and he stressed the importance of the word others. The most miserable people in the world, he said, are those who continually look out for themselves. The most miserable people I know are people who are always talking about themselves, thinking about themselves. We are not created to live that way. We are not islands. We should have a concern for others. It's said we have only one word for love. The Greeks had four. Eros, Philia, Storge and Agape. All different. Look them up sometime. But Agape is the one that Christians focused on. It's a sacrificial love. A self-denying love that unites and heals. It's the love that restores humanity. It is the love of choice, not out of attraction or obligation. And I believe it's that sort of love which embraced could change our lives and could change the world. Again, thank you as always for listening to me today, and God bless you.